Hey, welcome on my webinar. I hope you're ready to learn a lot of interesting stuff in a very short amount of time. I made this course in order to give you some direct methods that you can apply right away to your existing or future Instagram page or business. During this course, you will learn a lot of stuff, so I recommend you to take down some notes. Keep watching until the end, and you will receive an even greater gift, which I'm going to introduce you in a few minutes. Now, let's start. I'm about to give you 7 of the most important things you have to know if you want to build a successful Instagram page in the shortest amount of time. When I talk about followers, I mean, of course, real followers, real people that engage on your content. I'm telling you right away that I will not show you some Instagram sheets or automation softwares that can grow your page like a rocket, but rather some smart and organic methods to grow a strong community in a few months. By being right, you might wonder if it's really possible to grow an Instagram page over 100,000 followers in less than a single year. My friends and I did it without paying any bots or automated softwares and without having any former informatic nor social media background, so I think you can do it too. Now, who is this webinar for? Let me ask you a few questions. If you answer at least one of them right, keep going on this webinar. It's made for you. First, are you interested about Instagram and want to learn how it works? How you could turn your scrolling time into money-making time? Then, do you want to create, develop an online business using social medias? Do you want to start a profitable online business with little money to invest? Do you want to accelerate your Instagram page natural growth? Do you want to build an Instagram community around yourself or your passion? What? Hey, here is what you are going to learn right now. How to grow step by step an Instagram page smartly and efficiently. What is an Instagram online business and how does it work? How to create your Instagram business personal brand in a few months. And how, at 17 years old, I earn money on Instagram with my passion and how you could do so. Alright, so before I educate you, I want to prove you how much my advice worth to be listened to. I'm Roman Latry, a French boy living around Paris. Pretty awesome, as you can guess. Starting my car page about 9 months ago, after weeks of failures and tests, I managed to grow it over 138,000 real followers without investing any money in it. I have slowly become a famous automotive influencer 1 hour a day, and to be honest with you, I've never driven a car for my entire life. Now we're going to see Now we are going to see how you can do the same around your patients in a few minutes. If you want to build an Instagram audience around yourself, you are also at the good place. As it can be hard to find true experts on internet, I want to show you some of my Instagram results directly screenshot from my own Instagram account. Here we are. Check this. We are on my own core page at Faster Lifestyle, and these are my insights during a week of November 2018. The 20,000 number indicates how many people have checked my profile during this week only. Then the 3 million one in the center indicates how many accounts were touched by mine during the same week. And the most impressive, the 7 million downside indicated how many people have seen at least one of my posts or content on their Instagram feed or on their Explorer page during this week. Yes, 20,000, 3 million, and 7 millions are big numbers. And that's just the beginning, guys. Stay with me to discover how I made it and how you can make it too. Here is the most recent student I've helped. He passed 100,000 followers faster than I would have expected. I guided this client to find the theme of his page, the type of content he would have to post, and then the organic growth methods he needed to use in order to grow faster his Instagram page. Um, don't worry, okay? Don't worry. We are going to cover all that in this webinar so that you can replicate this kind of achievement. I let you read his testimonial that he sent me via Instagram private messages, also named Instagram DMs. By by interactions, he actually means interactions, which is becoming more and more important over the years on Instagram. Oh, I almost forgot to tell you. You absolutely don't need to create any content to build a successful Instagram page around your passion. That means zero time spent on photography, editing, or creation. I'm going to cover that also in a few minutes. But as you can guess, and probably like a lot of you, that wasn't a piece of cake to get where I am today. Younger, I was pretty good at school, of course, but that could have been a chance in the 70s. As I learned and understood it a few months ago, school is an excellent process to form future employees, but not future leaders and entrepreneurs of tomorrow. About 2 years ago, I discovered the world of entrepreneurship through social medias like YouTube and Instagram. I saw how possible it is to become a wealthy and a good person with online businesses. But you must know that in France, where I live, it's impossible to open a company under 18 years old. But you can work under this age as an employee, for example. That's what I did first, working at the local market every weekend. Honestly, this was a cool job, and I had a lot of social interactions, learned how to sell and talk to clients, etc., etc. But with some cons, as you can see and guess. Okay, it was hard, long, and I had a little pay. While I was selling carrots and apples, I couldn't figure out how this job could make me millionaire one day. I needed something that I could leverage. I needed to impact more people than the 50 clients of the local markets every Saturday. I was actually 16, when I took a decision. I strongly decided to build my own online business. First in the e-commerce field, Shopify shops, Facebook ads, etc. But again, as you can imagine, there was a little issue. At this moment, I actually had two issues. I was too young to start a company, and my parents refused to open one for me, which is understandable. And I had no money to start investing in this new business. Hopefully, I heard about Instagram influencing and dive into it. In 2018, Instagram stepped the 1 billion daily users milestone. Just think about this number for a minute. 1,000 million people on the same mobile application each and every day. That's huge and impressive when you think about it. It represents around 15% of Earth's population. From a few students in the room, the creators built a worldwide network, active 24/7, which even outranked Facebook. Before we start to dive into serious advice, can you guess why such a big audience represents a golden mine for brands and influencers because Instagram has other social medias like Facebook and YouTube know its users way better than TV and radio channels do. This platform is a wonderful tool to target future clients and brands know it. Through social medias, anyone can target a specific audience, and that's why big companies such as Nike or Apple are now focusing their ads on these platforms. The good news is that this is an extremely fast growing market. Every day, thousands of new users create their Instagram accounts and thus become potential buyers, clients for brands. Look at these statistics for a minute. 90% of the biggest companies out there, such as Nike, Apple, Amazon, use Instagram as one of their first advertisement plays. Keep that in mind. Now, imagine that you own an Instagram page in the topic of your choice about yourself or about a topic that you particularly appreciate. Think about the influencers you follow regularly. They could be business figures, sport athletes, or singers, but they all have something in common. This position brings you everyday requests for promotion from brands that want to sell their products to your targeted audience. And that's exactly what happened to me since I created my own Instagram page in April May 2018. Last week, I was invited by Mercedes and the Paris Concept Car Auto Show to an international concept car show as an automotive influencer. That way, I provided content to my followers and helped both Mercedes and the Paris Concept Car Show to get more famous on social medias. Here are 7 things you need to know in order to successfully grow an Instagram audience, becoming Insta famous, and then earn money like I and hundreds of influencers are doing while we are actually talking. First thing first, understand the different types of Instagram pages that you see every day. By knowing that, you will be more acknowledged that 99% of people will use this platform without wondering how it actually works. So, before I explain you how to make money on Instagram, you must understand that there are 2 big types of Instagram pages. These are personal Instagram pages and niche pages. First, personal pages. These are Instagram accounts focused around a unique person and its activities, lifestyle, etc. People who are growing this kind of page around themselves are building a personal brand. The community they gather around themselves is often very loyal and engaged. And to be honest, these are the most lucrative pages out there, the ones that make the biggest amount of money, but also the hardest to build, and not for anyone. Can you guess why they can be so lucrative? Because the community gathered around a unique human being tends to identify way more with him than they will do with a fun or niche page. Advertisers understand this deep link of fascination and know that and know sorry that for that reason personal Instagram pages are converting way better than other pages. That's why you can notice more easily the product placement done by some well-known influencers such as athletes or celebrities. It's why celebrities such as Kim K or Ronaldo earn millions for posting ads on Instagram. They have both a huge community and thus potential customers, and furthermore a strong impact on these people's minds. Here are 2 personal pages of the business and motivation area. The first at my left is Gary Vaynerchuk, who has built an audience to whom he gives around 10 times a day some business and self-coaching advice. You'd respect. The second one is actually a French entrepreneur, Théophile Elie, sharing his lifestyle and advice at a smaller scale. Here are some here are some other successful personal pages examples. As you can guess, these people are evolving in very different areas. By seeing these examples, you might be inspired to create your own personal brand on Instagram. You don't need to be a football star, have a six-pack, or be multi-millionaire, but you certainly need to have something to share to the world, a strong willingness to help and to give a lot. I'm pretty sure a lot of you guys have this will to give, share, and help. And believe me, once you have that, everything becomes easier. Then, the second type of Instagram page is what we call Instagram niche page. An Instagram niche page is basically an Instagram page focused on a particular topic named niche on Instagram. There are niche pages for almost all topics, from fitness to humor, business advice, cars, extreme sports, money, tips, etc. Here you can see two pages, two way different niches. At my left, you have at Go Run Official, which has been gathering a running lover community sharing inspirational content as well as advice. Billionaire Avenues at my right is actually a page that I love, focused around luxury content. You can't imagine how much money the owner is earning while he shares some beautiful luxury content found on other Instagram pages. Uh, that's that's exactly what my own page at Faster Lifestyle is all about. In it, I just share my passion, supercars, with thousands of people around the world for free, and as you can guess, this activity is more lucrative than working at the local market selling apples and bananas. I repost exciting car content that I find on Instagram itself and repost it while giving credits to the owners, which is a type of copyright respect on social medias. In my opinion, the car niche on Instagram is the easier to grow a page in. We will talk, of course, about that a bit later in the webinar. Other good examples are these famous pages, gathering some very targeted audiences around some specific topics. In front of you are three niche pages, created less than 5 years ago in different topics. One in the travel niche, very easy to grow. It's at Travel with B. Okay, so travel niche, pretty easy to grow, over actually 50,000 followers. Another one is focused around the city of New York. Figure out that this page is gathering New York City lovers from all around the world. At a first sight, it might seem hard to monetize this kind of page around a unique city. But think about the hundreds of New York City shops and places that would like to be promoted on an Instagram page, gathering New York City fans and probably a lot of future tourists and potential clients. Then the third page is about a topic I personally love, which is healthy food recipes and nutrition. Through Instagram, the owner of this account shares his passion, nutrition, and helps his followers with delicious and healthy food ideas without spending an hour cooking. I might be repetitive at this point, but you must acknowledge that you don't need to be a pro athlete or a paid model to succeed on Instagram. I'm not personally. You don't need to be a seven-figure millionaire to succeed on Instagram. You don't need to have an extraordinary life to succeed on Instagram. You don't need neither to be an expert in your passion to succeed on Instagram. And finally, you don't need to be an informatic expert to succeed on Instagram. But you must have one or several passions, want to share, help, give before receiving, and be motivated and consistent in your work. Usually, personal pages create content about themselves: pics, videos, selfies, facecams videos, tutorials, etc. While niche pages are creating content, sharing other people's content while mentioning that they are the original owners. As you can see, that's how the page at Millionaire Cartel grew, while posting luxury content about exotic cars and lifestyle while giving owners credits. And that's the beauty of Instagram, guys. You literally can build audiences over 1 million real followers in a few years and enjoy the Instagram influencer life. That's what Car Lifestyle has done, specifically in the cars niche, which I repeat is pretty easy to grow when you know the basics. They are now gathering more than 3.5 million followers, and as you can see in their Instagram stories, they do several promotions and shoutouts every day. Each one sold over 100 US dollars. Second secret, very important. Choose a wide niche in order to easily gain Instagram followers. A niche is, as you might know, a topic on Instagram. When I say a wide niche, I mean a topic that gathers a lot of people through Instagram. To illustrate my thoughts, let's take a funny example. Ready? Here's a French or European sport named pétanque. Also, although there are a lot of pétanque players around the world, they are usually pretty old and thus non-active on social medias. Pétanque is a little center of interest on Instagram. That's what I call a micro niche. As you can see there, the biggest pages don't gather more than 15,000 followers. Ouch. That's a drop in the ocean. To resume that to Instagram, that induces that when your page is in a micro niche, your content has very few chances to be shown to people who appreciate what you actually share because they are so few. Okay, thus you will have few chance to grow and a limited potential growth. That's pretty easy to understand. For instance, I tried one time to grow a page around one of my favorite sports, Taekwondo. But as this topics doesn't interest a lot of people on Instagram, it's kind of a micro niche. That's why it was hard to grow and I finally quit. On the other hand, check this awesome wide Instagram niche. Travel. How do I spot a wide niche? There should be more than 5 big pages above 100,000 followers in this niche, and a lot of content, pics, videos, memes available. There are thousands to hundreds Instagram travel pages about above 100,000 followers. That's a good sign here. And like me, you wouldn't have to spend hours figuring out during several days what are the best niches or topics to start your niche page or personal Instagram page in. To get you inspired, I'm going to send you my 17 best niches ideas for 2019 and more. You will receive in the next days after seeing this webinar right into your mailbox. Number 3, do you know the snowball effects? I wanted to tell you about a very interesting and misunderstood phenomenon on Instagram. That's what I named the Instagram snowball effect. Once you understood that, it will be way easier to grow on Instagram. But just before I unveil these pros to you, I have to introduce you to the notion of Instagram engagement. On Instagram, the engagement is globally all the likes, views, comments, shares, and saves a post page received. So, to check you've well understood between these two posts, tell me which one received the most engagement. Test time. So by looking at the views of these videos, can you tell me which one received the best engagement? I'll let you 5 seconds. 1, 2, 3, time's up. Exactly. That's the second one, showing Sylvester Stallone and one of his cars. You might wonder why this post was more popular than the other. That's in part due to the thumbnail showing Stallone, which is a very famous character, particularly appreciated by car lovers. So let's jump back to our snowball effect. The principle is simple. The more engagement and followers your Instagram page gets day after day, the more engagement and followers it will get later and sooner. That means more followers, more like, more views, more shares, uh, more saves, okay, on each and every post you share. That's exactly how a snowball, which is like, sorry, a snowball which is rolling through the snow reacts. The more it rolls, the bigger it gets. Why the hell am I talking about that? Because if there is one thing you must remind, growing on Instagram is slow the first weeks and even sometimes months. That easily discourage unaware people who start their pages thinking too fast money without putting the minimum effort. I tell you right now, Instagram money will not come fast, but big instead. Let's take back our snowball. Imagine it's your Instagram account. We're going to say that you gain an average 5% followers a day from your current followers amount. When you got 300 followers, you will get around 15 followers more per day. Then, with 1000 followers, you will grow over 50 followers every day. That's still ridiculous, right? Then, from 1000 followers, the percentage of new followers you get will increase slowly, okay? And then, for example, when you start to grow faster and faster, like I and my friend Audi Crew did for 5k followers, and then you start to grow faster and faster, like I and my friend Audi Crew did from 5k followers, 5,000 followers. To be honest, it could be super long under 5,000 followers, and that's one of the goals of this program. Accelerate that slow motion growth like hell and begin to make big money as soon as possible. Again, guys, I precise that I don't recommend any automated followers acquisition, nor cheating bots or stuff like that. My teaching is 100% organic and requires zero investment. Number 4, how do we Instagrammers earn money? It's all about targeted traffic, okay? Uh, it's time to talk about something you like before all. How do people make money on Instagram and how you could do so from now? As I promised you, I will right now explain you in details how you can easily make money with an Instagram audience. First and foremost, by promoting other people's products. That's the simplest way to earn Instagram money. As you can see on Andrea La Rosa Instagram page, He promotes some products who fit his audience. As a street workout kind of fitness athlete, he gathers some people interested in this area. That's an opportunity for the food supplementation company process, which takes advantage from this very loyal and targeted audience. Actually, I regularly do the same with my car page. I promote car-related products such as these funny keychains. As my page gathers a lot of car lovers, owners, it interests the company Brothers Crystals, which sells cars related goods. My page is then relevant to sell their stuff. That's as simple as that. One of the easiest way to monetize your Instagram page is to do what we call shoutouts. They are basically some promotion of other pages of your niche. Oops, sorry. Um, Usually done in Instagram stories as it's the place where the most loyal followers of an Instagram page are active. Check out what Carl Lifestyle is doing here. He gives a story shout out to the page at its height, worthing hundreds of dollars. I'm talking about the shout out. Then another way to monetize your Instagram page is through what we call affiliate marketing. You are basically yourself selling the product of someone else while earning a commission on each sale. Basically, you could do that with an independent shop or with Amazon affiliation system. You can get affiliated with Amazon with almost all products. Remember that almost all goods can be linked to a niche, such as books, watches, car toys, DVDs, clothes, goods, etc. etc. As I'm not an Amazon affiliation expert, I advise you to check Pat Flynn's YouTube channel where he explains all this very smartly. The third way is my favorite and the most lucrative, selling your own products. You could do that with two types of products. Physical products, selling some goods, accessories, even clothes linked to your niche or your own brand, and non-physical products, which are basically online products such as programs, videos, PDFs, etc. Ebooks also. Here is an example. Here is a man I appreciate for his good advice, Dan Luck. If you don't already know him, he's a kind of online marketer and online coach selling business programs, etc. etc. You can see a link on his Instagram bio. Here, he actually uses it to get some new clients. By directing targeted traffic, people interested in online business through his website, he exchanges some value with people's emails. He will use that later to get clients, sell his programs, etc. Then there is a fourth way to monetize your Instagram page by flipping Instagram pages. Basically, almost all the transactions and negotiations are made with a chat app called Telegram. There are a lot of groups gathering Instagram page resellers, which can be very lucrative, and some pages are sold for thousands of dollars. This is more risky, and I don't want to make this webinar too long, so I recommend you to check Alec Wilcock YouTube channel to learn more about that. To give you a quick idea, look how much someone offered me a few weeks ago to buy my 36,000 followers Instagram car page. $4,000 is pretty good for a beginning, but I know that I can earn way more by keeping this page and keep monetizing it like I'm doing actually. It's now time to begin your Instagram journey. Don't hurry, you must take the time at the beginning to do a clean work. The first thing is to decide what type of page you want to build, either a personal page or a niche page. That all depends on you, but I recommend to start with a niche page, way more easier and faster to grow. You can possibly turn a niche page into a personal page later on if you stay close to your niche and do it progressively in order to keep your audience satisfied. Then, choosing either an activity to focus your personal page around or a niche for your niche page. I see more and more people starting pages in wrong niches or wrong topics. What's a wrong topic? A topic that nobody cares about with a few people interested. To get a good niche to start with, make sure that you receive our 17 niches ideas right in your mailbox. Feel free to email us at TheHashtagProfessor@gmail.com for some other great niches ideas, and I want to keep this webinar as short as possible. Once you have chosen your niche, let's set up the page. First thing people will see, your username. That's your brand name and should be remembered by your audience. Moreover, we want to use a username that transfers the principal themes of your page in a few keywords so that you can be ranked in the top pages of your niche by Instagram. Then it's time to choose an excellent logo. It should take around 5 minutes. Why is the logo so important? Like I tell my students regularly, your logo is the face of your brand. It's the image people will remember when thinking about your page. Finally, you want to work on your bio and post captions or just descriptions to make them as clean and attractive as possible. As it will get too long to explain all that in details, make sure that you already have given me your email. You will get my Insta-Famous course right in your inbox. This is a 30+ pages ebook where I explain in details the step-by-step methods and free tools to set up your page like a pro Instagram influencer. Forgive me, I just forgot some French words, reminders in the slides. Don't care about that, please. So I want to give you the advice and tools to set up an Instagram page that converts visitors into followers. But keep in mind that nothing will happen until you move your ass and start executing like I did a few months ago. The keys are in your hands now. The first errors people have coaches made is to think that all content is valuable as long as it fits the niche. No, that's wrong. On social media, content is king. Do you think people who have access in seconds to the best pics and videos through their phones will accept to subscribe and watch bad or non-exciting content? Of course not. Oh, of course, in this ebook, I cover how to find mind-blowing content to share on your Instagram page. Any question about a personal page you want to build? I will help you with pleasure to build it. Just email us at TheHashtagProfessor@gmail.com. That's free, I precise. Now that you have all the setup information you need in your mailbox, let's talk about what will make the difference. What is the quality that will make you shine or fail like a zero on Instagram? My absolute advice if you want to shine on Instagram is perseverance. You might have heard a lot of it, but that's so important that I want to fix it in your mind. I like using sports situations to illustrate my thoughts. Whatever you start, perseverance will make the difference on the long term between you and your concurrents. Here I am especially talking about people who build awesome Instagram communities and those who don't. People because they quit a month or a few weeks before having seen the results. After having watched this webinar, you might be hot and in the starting blocks to begin to build your online empire through Instagram. That was the same for me a few months ago. I'm really glad if it's the case, but remember, it's not a sprint, but a marathon. Remember the snowball effect seen before. It's slow at the beginning, but will grow faster and faster. To be honest with you, my Instagram journey wasn't easy as it appears. Starting with zero money and zero Instagram education, I learned everything by myself and crashed more than 3 pages in several niches such as luxury, motivation, fitness, and men's fashion. But I eventually learned a lot from these experiences and now I own one of the fastest growing power pages out there. To give you an idea, the first 3 months are the hardest, especially the first one after the excitation of starting a new project will leave and let you some doubts. Don't listen to these doubts and keep going. I will help you and I am available to motivate you anytime if you need it. Now to give you an idea of what perseverance and smart work can bring you, let's go over some interesting stories. This is Jack Ma, now one of the most respected and listened men in China and in the world about entrepreneurship. You might know that he is also one of the richest men of the planet. But it wasn't always the case, as you can see on the slide. He totally failed his first companies, his scholarship, some of his relationships, and with perseverance, he built it. If you're a little interested in online businesses and or succeeding in this digital area, you must know Gary Vaynerchuk. Before owning his multi-million-dollar online advertising company, he struggled and explains it well in all the content he offers through his channels on YouTube and Instagram. I could have taken a lot more phenomenal examples, but I don't want to lose your time. If you are not ready to risk failure and take action, then you are at the wrong place, my friend. Like we are used to say in France, the keys are in your hands. Now, 7. Secret. Think and act like a winner. Here are some winners. You can recognize Oprah Winfrey, the American key queen of TV shows, Jeff Bezos, first world fortune in 2018, and finally Sir Steve Jobs, perhaps an asshole with his employees, but who initiated to create the electronic products that we daily use. What do they have in common besides being the best in their domain? They all had a mentor, someone who helped them achieve success faster and avoid some terrible obstacles. Oprah's mentor was Maya Angelou, who taught her how to understand and act with people so that she could make it to the top. Jeff Bezos was very inspired to work and build his company by his first boss when he was working for a hedge fund. Bezos and Steve Jobs were kind of mentally coached by Bill Campbell during their first years of business. If you wanted to build a wonderful house by yourself, from zero, would you begin right away to put the bricks and other stuff without checking some blueprint or some professional? So, why would you try to build your Instagram page to the top all by yourself? Like me, you already know the result. The reality is that you are going to fail. It's not me, but the stats which say it. The statistics indicate that up to between 85 and 95% of people trying to build an Instagram audience over 5,000 followers fail. Why? because they were not guided and didn't know the right things to do at the right time. During the last six months, I spent at least 1 hour a day studying Instagram and social media's algorithm. That represents more than 180 hours of learning and knowledge that I can implement right away to build some thousand followers Instagram pages. Furthermore, I spend at least 1 hour a day to improve my own Instagram account and help in direct the people I coach. To be honest, I'm not the only one who needed help. People now come to me to get the same results. Here is another student that I helped in 2018. As you can see, his results are tremendous, although he created this page not so long ago. I'm going to read his testimonial. Hey Raman, just wanted to thank you for your coaching. We passed the 100K, the 100K milestone, etc. The beginning was long as you had warned, alright, but finally the growth went faster and faster up to now. That's the snowball effect, okay? We will keep pushing content and interact so that we can reach 300K by the end of the year. That's great. That's a great mindset. I'm convinced he will do the 300K very soon. So you may have noticed that this is a car account as well as the first testimonial that I just showed you. In reality, I'm actually coaching students and other clients in other niches and topics and also personal pages, but their results are not yet above 100,000 followers, which is symbolic for my students and I. In reality, I can't cover all you need to know about Instagram growth and businesses in one webinar. What you've seen is only a glimpse of my global knowledge. Now that we know each other, I want to ask you an important question. Do you want to keep this going and learn the other thousands of Instagram influencing advice and methods that I and my students already use? I want to introduce you the program took by Angie Gong and Audie Crew, my two most famous students. Don't miss out. The ones that will follow along this webinar will be given a special and unique offer. Now you have two options, two paths that you can follow and two very different endings. First option, you can try to grow your page or your community alone, spend hundreds of hours to learn all the stuff and liars people will tell you on Google and YouTube, and of course, statistically scratch your first account without knowing why. This is the best choice you can do to lose time and miss to catch some juicy Instagram opportunities. Then you have a smarter option, your second option. Learn the proven system from somebody who mastered it. Avoid the errors that made me lost more than 6 months. As I told you earlier, I've crashed more than 3 pages, and that's why I'm so successful on Instagram today. I know the common and vicious errors not to make. For that reason, I created the InstaGrowth Advanced program. This bit of mentorship that will help you take your Instagram account to the next level. It's designed to avoid you all the hours I spend behind my screen wondering why neither my followers nor my engagement was growing like I would like to. I made this course in order to skip all the tedious learning I had and all the time I lost. Just before starting the program presentation, I wanted to remind you that I always try to deliver the best content for free, often better than what other coaches make you pay for. In this course, especially adapted for 2019, you will first learn the golden Instagram basics. Of course, more in depth and with fundamental details often forgotten by the starters. Then, as content is still king on Instagram, we're going to see why, what, and how to use the best content depending on your niche, the audience you want to target, the results you want to have, and the time you can spend on it. I repeat that 1 hour a day is fully enough to build a good Instagram audience. After that, we will go over Instagram engagement, which is very badly understood on the platform, even by some big pages owners. The misunderstanding of Instagram engagement made some of my friends and students quit their accounts above 30K because they didn't know how to revive engagement when it went pretty bad through 2018, right? You will also have the chance to catch the pros, cons, must and mustn't of the famous hashtags and how to use them smartly so that you could grow your page to its full potential. I scared some of you about copyright, I guessed it. However, I'm going to teach you the simple tips and methods that I use to repost freely some content that I don't own while getting hundreds of followers with it, and without ever getting banned, signaled, or worried about that. Then, the best for the end, as we say in France, I call these two methods the boost or the accelerators. This last part of the course consists in explaining you two of the best organic growth methods I've ever used on Instagram. You will have the privilege to be shown my own version of these methods, full of improvements to fit the 2019 and future 2020 Instagram algorithm that is evolving to a more organic and social platform. Alright, you will learn everything like the following. First, we will see the theory, how things are made to work on Instagram, how do people usually use and interact on the platform with such methods, hashtags, content, etc. Secondly, we will get into what I call the execution, which concerns all the specific hashing actions we will take step by step to get your account to the next level. I made this in a way that you can implement everything step by step without having a technical bone in your body. Okay, so this is what the program looks like. Here we are into the membership portal. I use a certified online course platform named Thinkific. Once you will have signed up, you have access to all the videos, can download the PDFs and start implementing right away. Then you have access to every slide I use with the specific actions and method I explain without having to watch again the videos each time. Oops, I forgot to tell you about the best. As long as this program will be open, it will be updated at least once a month. My goal is to keep you informed with all the little but sometimes important changes that will be happening over the next months, years on Instagram. That means that this is not only an online program, but a continuous Instagram blueprint we will rise in value over the time. Each month, a new video, a new PDF, a new lesson for you. Here is exactly what you will get in this program. Two, and for me, the two only essential improved organic growth methods, step by step explained. These are the core of the entire program and will make your page jump to the top faster than you could believe. Continuous help, updates, free help, coaching from my team and I 24/7, worthing around $200. And finally, the Instagram golden pillars to success from the beginning, $100. In addition, I will offer you over the next months testimonials, access to private groups, access to my Instagram network, etc. The total value of all this is $641. Now this is absolutely not for you if you want to get rich and famous quick by clapping in your hands, or if you want big results for zero or no effort. Why? Because it's impossible to build a big Instagram community or personal brand without putting the time and effort. On the other hand, this program is perfect for you if you want to start an online business with little money to invest, you want to build a worldwide community around you, your passion, you want to learn social media marketing, you want to get famous and then wealthy. Like you, I also had two options. The first was to create a low product sold around 47 bucks, as you can see on other sites. But you know what? I knew that this kind of program wasn't going to help you 100% to achieve the goals that you have about Instagram. I could have focused it on one or two methods and tools to boost engagement, but again, honestly, that wouldn't have been enough to guarantee your success, and that's what I want before all. While I'm convinced that you really need something understandable and before all that can be directly applied like the Instagrow's advanced program. That way, you will not have to buy 10 different courses to get a fraction of what mine has to offer. In addition, you will benefit from the continuous updates and fresh lessons of this program forever. I am known by my clients to always give more than I receive, and that's why I include some bonuses in my programs. I'm giving you a one-to-one coaching, 3 hours that you will be able to spend by phone or FaceTime or Skype or my team in order to help you to boost your Instagram growth organically. In addition, you will be allowed to ask us any question, make any recommendation that you want about the program forever. This is a value over $150, as you can see. And as I want to give you the maximum chances to succeed, I will give you access to my bestseller program, the Instacar course. This course gathers all the step-by-step actions I took and methods I used to grow my own community over 130,000 followers in less than a year. This program is focused around the Instagram core niche, but even if you are not interested by this niche, there is a lot of information that could be useful to you anyway. So, here's finally what you are going to get. You already know the first three, but now you can add the online coaching and the Instagram course that made my success and the one of my most famous students. If you don't have a pretty theme or niche idea to start your page, you could see and discover one that I fully covered for you. Now, I have a simple question for you. How much dollars do 10,000 real Instagram followers worth for you? Imagine that you are right now having 10,000 followers interacting continuously on your profile, sharing your content, engaging with you, and promoting your page as well. Well, to make it easier to imagine, you must know that at my peak engagement last month, while I was still working an hour a day on my Instagram car page, I was gaining over 1,000 real followers each and every day. That means 10,000 additional followers under 10 little days. That's the power of Instagram. It's an exponential growth, as well as the money you will be able to make on the platform as your audience gets bigger and bigger. As your community grows, you will be able to higher your promotion rates as well as the potential sales you can make through the page. Oof. After having seen all this, you can understand why 1,000 bucks is a royal deal. But for the general public, this is priced at $747. But because you're serious and still here right now, you are showing some perseverance and attention qualities that I appreciate above all. That's why you have the opportunity to get started right now with the one-time payment of $347. This will give you access to the program and its upcoming features and improvements forever, letting it take value over the years. Of course, the files of the program are converted into MP4, and that way you could listen it while you are walking, at the gym, on the car, etc. etc. Here is what you need to do next. Click the Get Started button. Complete the checkout process. Once that will be done, you will receive all the login details and other information by email. Then you will be able to start your Instagram journey. When working with us, you'll get what you put in. Show us that you want to succeed and are determined to work, and we will guide you through the Instagram success process. Don't miss this one-time opportunity as you followed out the webinar, saw how much Instagram can be profitable, and probably took some notes. Don't miss this one-time opportunity as you follow all the webinar, saw how much Instagram can be profitable, and probably took some notes. You showed us that you are a persevering person. This is why you can right now have our Instagram's advanced program for $347 instead of $1,000 normally. Now, there is two ways that you can take. The first option is the easier. Do nothing. This is 100% risk-free and you will get nothing in return. That's what you deserve. Now, for the ones that want more, there is a second option. Do this little investment today and receive a lot more value compared to what you've invested. If that works, that's awesome, and you will be welcome to send us your testimonials and thanks. If not, just ask your money back and we will give it back to you, period. And guess the best, there is a 100% money back guarantee. That means that if you are not satisfied despite all the content and all the value I gave you, you can get your investment back within 30 days. Just send us an email and you will get it to the last cent. This is no risk at all for you. In fact, I am taking all the risks by teaching you my tips, methods, insights, and advice for this cheap price. So, to give you a quick recap, here is what you're gonna get. Of course, the three pillars of our program. The growth methods, they help 24/7 updates, of course, during the lifetime, and the golden pillars to succeed from the beginning. Also, you're gonna get our two big bonuses in the same pack. All that for a total value of $1,000. Just to give you a friendly warning, this offer is available until the end of this webinar. Plus, I don't know how many people of this session are going to be accepted, because we can't simply have everyone as we're not more than 3 with my team, and it's impossible to catch everybody and to help everybody as we want to if you are too numerous. We prefer to keep a small number of students and help them the best we can. At the end of the day, there are 3 types of people. Those who make things happen, those who watch things happen, and those who wonder what is happening. Which type of person do you want to be today? It starts right now at every action you take or not. To get started, click the button near the window of this webinar. You will be directed through all the process. Still have questions? Email us at TheHashtagProfessor@gmail.com and you will get an answer within a day. To get all the slides of this webinar, go to www.TheHashtagProfessor@gmail.com. To get started, click the button near the window of this webinar. You will be directed through all the process. Still have questions? Email us at TheHashtagProfessor@gmail.com and you will get an answer within a day.